Okay, hey guys, sorry for the bad lighting and wet hair and cat in lap. This is Bo again. We on together. Anyways, so I just discovered this, this young lady on YouTube, and before I get into this, just understand that this is going to turn into an angry rant. I've only watched 2 of her videos, maybe 3. The first one was criticizing how Jenna Marbles gained, weight because she went off of her vegan diet. And it's true, she did gain weight. However, that's not to say that that's unhealthy. People might say that the weight that she was at prior to getting off the vegan diet, so on the vegan diet, was unhealthy. And now that the cat is gone, I'm going to fix the lighting for you guys. She's not unhealthy, she's not overweight, she's a typical, human being girl who is, a, healthy size. And I'm not saying that she was unhealthy before either, it's just, she's put on weight, but she's not fat in any way sense of the word at all. She's beautiful and is, she has, arms, like normal people arms, and, they're not, hollow tubes. The point I'm trying to make, in her next video that I watched, I figured was going to be a warning video because it was titled How I Lost My Period on My Raw Vegan Diet or something like that. But instead, the entire time, she's praising the raw vegan diet and saying how as soon as, when her period stopped, she realized that she was healthier and it was better because obviously since periods are painful, they're bad for you. And I mean, I'm paraphrasing, that's not word for word or anything, and maybe some would say that I'm taking her words out of context, but the main idea that I got from it was, how she needs to stay there because it's healthy, and she didn't get off it on purpose, and she wants to not have a period and all this stuff. And, I don't want to go too deep into this because it does get very dark and personal for myself. But when a woman loses her period from weight loss, it's not a good thing. That's usually a key factor in diagnosing an eating disorder if the individual loses their period. It's also, if not the step after, the step right before hospitalization with feeding tubes. For eating disorder cases, it's not a good thing to lose your period from weight loss. It is a sign that your body can no longer function. You don't have enough fat to produce natural hormones, and you don't have enough to give to have your period. Your period is the shedding of, and I'm sorry guys, it's just the shedding of your uterus wall when you're it's cleaning it out, because every month, during your ovulation and stuff, when an egg is released from an ovary, the blood wall thickens in order to, cling on to and isolate a fetus. And so when you're not pregnant, that's why you have your period. That's the basis of it. There might be some little bits in there that are wrong. The basis of it is, a healthy person ovulates. A healthy person, in most cases, unless there's some medical reason or you have a hysterectomy or whatever, but the natural thing to do, my cat's coming in, it's probably going to knock over my iPad. The natural thing to do is to ovulate and reproduce and go through that cycle. When you're infertile, that's not a good sign, unless there's some other reason behind it. If it's because of weight loss, my cat's in the way so you can't see me. It's not a good thing. It's your body going into, distress mode, and your blood is needed elsewhere. You start to lose muscle tone and all that. Get out of the way, would you? Thank you. He just wants to stand in front of the camera. It's not a good thing. Move! It's not a good thing to lose your period. It's not at all. And, she's talking about it in this mentality, like, oh, but I know, like, from studying animals. And it's like, okay, real quick, for, like, in eating disorder cases, like, eating disorders are classified as an addiction. And addiction, like, signs of addiction are you make excuses for your addiction and in order to continue your addiction. And it's just not... And it's like, I don't want to spam her with hate mail, and I don't want to, because she doesn't need that, because if it is her way of coping, or if it is her way of making herself feel good, and that's another thing, she was like, why would I feel so good if it was bad for me? And it's like, there is a sick satisfaction that comes with any type of weight loss, whether it's good or bad. Like, we all, like, I think are able to admit that there is a certain, like, kind of, like, oh, yeah. Like, especially if you lose it accidentally, or, like, you got really, really sick and, like, had the stomach flu and lost 5 pounds. Like, there's a sick satisfaction that you get from that. And that can override everything else. And your brain is going to make up excuses for you so that you believe that it's okay. So, long story short, I'm not okay with her being on a free domain public access website, because I feel like she is unknowingly and unintentionally promoting eating disorder mentality, eating disorder ideals, and it's misinformation saying that it's a good thing to lose your period and that you should do this too. Just because there are so many people who have access to that, it's free, it's public, she believes in it, and you can tell she believes in it, and she has over 100,000 subscribers, and it's like, how many people are going to end up sick from this and develop a mental disorder and live with that for the rest of their lives? I'm like, I have, issues with my weight, and, like, whatever. I'm good now. I'm healthy. But there was a really dark period of time for me where, it was just, like, I have a few pictures of me, and I look like a completely different person, because my cheeks were sunken in and hollow, and my lips were always dry and, like, bleeding. My mouth, I always had to drink water or have mints because my mouth would be so dry from dehydration, and, like, I was pale, and, like, I looked dead. My arms, like, you think I'm skinny, right? Okay, like, I know I'm not fat. You think I'm skinny right now? Like, my collarbone was, like, 3 times worse than that when I was, like, slouching. Like, I was very unhealthy for a period of time, and, like, it's just... And when you're sick like that, like, you will use any excuse you can get. So, I mean, I don't know how to go about this, because I don't want to be offensive, I don't want to hurt anyone, I don't want to attack anyone, and I don't want anyone to say anything personally hurtful or negative. But if you guys want to go see for yourself, and she doesn't look that unhealthy, but just the things that she's saying is kind of like, really? And she's just trying to help. She's just not getting it. Her name is, she doesn't really have a YouTube name, it's just like a name, and it's Freely the Banana Girl. So Free with L-E-E at the end, and then space the Banana Girl. So, she's Australian, blonde, she's gorgeous, but it's like, I'm not sure that this is the place to be promoting that. And, you know, it was one thing with, like, the whole, like, Jenna Marbles thing, but when I watched the, like, how she lost her period video and how she was defending that and saying it was okay, maybe for her that's okay, but we can't say that for the rest of, you know, society. And so, yeah, that's fun. But thank you guys for watching. Sorry for that little bit of, like, anger. It wasn't really that angry. It was just, like, me, like, freaking out, kind of. But not really. Please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below. Ideas that you guys might have, or comment below, whatever you want to do. And I will see you guys in the next video.